Season 21 in Division 1A. Classic Tetris League will start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Somalian asks, do I play on Sunday? I believe I answered that, did I not? Yes, you're in. We don't know what position yet. Oh, it does wait. Is there something before Championship Sunday for the wildcards? He plays on Thursday. Got it. We have a Tetris on the board for Gerald. A little bit of trouble start for Rahmations, but cleans that up and gets the Tetris as well. Gerald with a second. Rahmations does eventually get that tuck, but it's going to have to cover the hole in column 3. I'm going to turn this music down just a touch. Seems a bit too loud. There we go. There's a Tetris for Gerald. Gerald, a 41,000 point lead here early on in 18. Yeah, whoever wins Division 1A will get a bye straight to Championship Sunday. Doge already has it. He's got 1B locked up. Simul Tetris there. 36,000 point lead and 4 lines in hand for Gerald. But we're getting droughted here. We're up to 15 piece drought. We're going to get the long bar. Going to get 2 consecutive long bars. Take an 80,000 point lead. Rahmations cleaning up a little bit there. Talk about the players for a moment. Both players, rollers out of the United States. Rahmations on the left, an NTSC PB of 3.9 million points. And Gerald with a PB of 4.2 million points. Rahmations getting up pretty high here. Should be able to handle this. Gets that long bar over the left. And that long bar will go down for the Tetris. And bang Tetris for Gerald. Basically, it's about 3.5 Tetrises. 103,000 points is the real-time lead at the moment, but a couple lines difference contributes to a smaller pace lead. There's a Tetris for both players. Yeah, between the two of them, I mean, they'd have world record. Another 14-piece drought there before the players get the long bar. They're piece for piece at the moment. Bang Tetris for Rahmations. Has a bit of an awkward board. It's going to try to tuck some things in. Going to get that flip there. You saw that Z snap into place. Another drought. This time 18 pieces before both players bang down a Tetris. Gerald will get another one, and Rahmations should get that as well. I think we have a OCR issue right now. Don't think Rahmations is at 73 lines. Oh, I see. The line counter for Gerald stopped. And they're at updated to 82, so don't take those line counts too seriously. Eight of Suds is world record as well. Yeah, I know. Just play that game 8 times. Except on 29. Tetris for Rahmations. 429 for Gerald, 346 for Rahmations, 90 lines. Decent paces for both players. Gerald had the better early start and got off to that near 100,000 point lead pretty quick, but it's been just kind of lounging around there for a while. Yes, Gerald. Another double-digit drought. And this one's going on. Oh, and Gerald has to block the well and doesn't open it in time. 31-piece drought. Rahmations going to score a Tetris on the back of it. Gerald did not. We're entering another drought. Gerald with a bad misdrop there. 105 lines. Time to get out of this, but a little dangerous. Will give Rahmations the opportunity that he needs to get back into this game. Bang Tetris for Rahmations, now within a Tetris of Gerald. For approaching transition, Gerald had the right side open for a moment, but another drought coming, almost 20 pieces. Yeah, it's over 20 pieces now. Huge droughts coming in this game. Oh, Gerald didn't know where to put that piece. Rahmations get into a little bit of a traffic jam here. Tetris for Gerald, 523 is the transition scorer. We're off in 19 on the right side. Rahmations is next. Rahmations board, not all that great. Gonna transition at 460. Another Tetris for Gerald. Gerald has a 111,000 point lead. There's also 8 lines in the future. See if that makes a difference. So we have, oh, Rahmations going aggressive here. Gets that long bar. Is still trying to work this down. Gerald has got a 100,000 point lead back. But Gerald also in a big situation here. Like both players playing more than 2/3 up the board. I don't know which board I want to watch. Both of them are perilous. Another short drought there is at 13. It's relatively short anyway. Gerald barely getting that square all the way over to the left there. Rahmations board starting to look a little better. Gerald, not so much. Although Gerald does have an opportunity to bring it down, he does. Other Tetris for Rahmations. Gerald's board's getting a little out of control. Gets that T over to the left. Are you kidding me? These moves from Gerald. Gerald is still fighting at the top of the board. Another drought coming in. Crazy the number of double-digit droughts we've seen in this game. And Gerald is still alive. And Gerald is safe. And somehow he's still in the lead. A 63,000 point lead for Gerald as Rahmations is still trying to get down as well. You know, these droughts affecting Rahmations just as much as Gerald. We're on 25 already. We haven't seen a whole lot of post scoring. Rahmations has been chipping into this lead. And has the extra runway too. So if you look at pace, Rahmations has it, but Rahmations has got to get this down. What an incredible Suffer 19 game for both players, but they're both playing through it, and they're both getting down to the bottom. Do you believe this? We'll check the second transition scores in a moment. Gerald has a real-time lead by 90,000 points. But no one has 700,000 yet. Bang Tetris for both players. 726 for Gerald, 635 for Rahmations. There's the Fitz. Gerald getting it done. Another Tetris for Rahmations. Gerald looking for a long bar. Now's not the time for a drop, but that's what we're getting. Finally, it's a long bar. Bang Tetris, 764 into 29. And set up for another one. Bang Tetris for Rahmations. Another Tetris for Gerald. 742 for Rahmations, so very close. Second transition score. Another Tetris for Gerald. Gerald with a 96,000 point lead. Really putting pressure on Rahmations to score here in post. In double post. Bang Tetris for Rahmations. 65,000 points is the lead now for Gerald. Gerald's board not looking all that great. He's going to miss drop in a few places. And is not going to be able to get around that. 870,100 is the final score. Rahmations, you need 871. What an incredible start to this one. This is, keep in mind, this is not free. Level 29, never free. 1,200 points, and that'll do it. Rahmations will take game number 1. What a start. I mean, both players were digging. It wasn't just Gerald. Gerald had the bigger one for sure, but Rahmations never took the lead off of that dig. He was suffering just as much as Gerald. Gerald just happened to be higher up on the board, which made it more dramatic. I mean, look at those Tetris rates. Not something you'd expect in 1A. And there we go. We're ready. So we're going to go ahead and get them counted down. Rahmations with a 1-0 lead. Halfway to the Division 1A championship. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. I say championship. They'll win the division with one more win. But if he doesn't, then Gerald will take it. If Gerald can pull off 3 in a row right now. Of course, even if Rahmations wins, we'll still play the third. We'll play for the third hard. Bit of a drought coming in for both players. Both of them pretty high up, too. Both of them cover the well before the long bar shows up. Both players open it up. Waiting for another long bar here, and it's still not coming. Finally, a long bar for Gerald will score a Tetris. Rahmations will open up and get one as well. Gerald gets a second. Rahmations also will score. Fairly decent management there. It was a rough drought. Bang Tetris for Gerald. There's one for Rahmations. He's got a couple of tucks set up. Going to take some burns instead. I'm not going to wait any longer for the right piece to show up. So far, Gerald slightly got the better of this. 18,000 point lead. Early days on 18. Another drought coming in 22, 23. And finally, another Tetris for Gerald. Bang Tetris for Rahmations. Tetris for Gerald, and another one as Rahmations is clearing some garbage at the top of the screen. Gerald all the way to the bottom. 219 for Gerald, 154, now at 177 after Tetris for Rahmations. Bang Tetris for Gerald. Rahmations will fire back. Of course, Gerald, your recent CTM winner, taking the Masters event. Another Tetris for Gerald. Goes to 265. Gerald with another Tetris. Rahmations going to have to hope for a square. What is that T? Oh my god, that T. Rahmations has to delay shifting pieces over to the left. Oh, look at the solve, though. Some unreal play from Rahmations there to minimize the impact of that T. Obviously, there were still going to be some problems from it, but really good management. It's just going to open up the right side with a triple. Has to close it right away, but we'll open that up back up pretty quickly. In the meantime, this is going to give Gerald some runway to take off. Bang Tetris to go to 364. Rahmations with the Tetris to 265. So nearly a 100,000 point lead in favor of Gerald as we're a little more than halfway through level 18. A crazy T-hang from Rahmations was... I mean, it wasn't immediately dangerous because it was all the way to the left, but certainly made trying to get pieces under it a challenge, and Rahmations was up to the challenge for sure. Might have a column adjustment here for Gerald, and indeed we do. Gerald going to go to column 3, gets the long bar, bang Tetris with an L or a J that will transfer the well back to column 10, and that's exactly what he does. Great flexibility there from Gerald. It's down to 78,000 here as we're about 25 lines from transition. Bang Tetris for both players. Another Tetris. Gerald threatening a 600K this game. Tetris for Rahmations and another one. Gerald will score one, has a double well to contend with. Just sets up the bits. Not a delayed one, but, you know, just a normal bits. It's the long bar, next piece. Tetris for Rahmations, there's one for Gerald. Gerald, one more Tetris is already at 594. Rahmations can fit two in. Bit of a drought here, though. Change how people react to that. 521 is going to be Rahmations' transition score. 618 for Gerald. That's a 97,000 for Tetris lead for Gerald. Going into 19. Bang Tetris for Rahmations. Tetris for Gerald. My mouth does not want to say Rahmations today. I don't know what the deal is. I apologize. What I can say is that these stacks are looking at beautiful right now. Gerald having to take a triple because the left side wasn't quite built up, not quite up to standard. I'm channeling my inner RW6. Oh god. No, if I were doing that, I'd be ordering takeout and eating it during the cast. 49,000 point lead for Gerald as Rahmations been chewing into it a little bit. Speaking of takeout. Bang Tetris for Rahmations. Gerald looking for a long bar here. Set up and bang Tetris. And with Rahmations board looking the way it is, it's a Tetris for Rahmations, but gonna have to deal with that hole in row 2, and these pieces are not great. Gerald can build this lead. Oh, look at that dirty Tetris for Rahmations. Very nice. Bill has to contend with these holes, though. Gerald gonna Tetris into 24, 831 to 779 right now. And we're in a bit of a drought. Ooh, some bad pieces there for Rahmations. Had to put the S flat. Has a T-spin setup, but no T in sight. The Rahmations will be busy with this dig for a bit. 136,000 point lead. Gerald almost with the max. Didn't get the L all the way over to the left. Gonna have to contend with that. Got plenty of time to do so. Rahmations opening up the right side. Gets access to that hole in column 8 and is clean finally. And has 158,000 points of work to do. Gerald looking for the max here. Oh, these pieces, though, not great. There's the Tetris for the max out. 1,007,000 for Gerald. 911 for Rahmations. There's the long bar for Rahmations here. Where is it? There it is, finally. Bang Tetris. 947 into 28. Gerald hasn't scored in a bit here. Is also getting droughted. There it is finally. Bang Tetris 1.05. There's the max out for Rahmations into 29, 1.01. Tetris for Rahmations to go to 1.05. There's the Tetris for Gerald, who will transition at 1.09. And this is a neck and neck game right now. Tetris for Gerald to take the lead. Tetris for Rahmations to take it right back. And another one for Rahmations. 1.17 to 1.13. Rahmations in the lead, but Gerald is set up. Bang Tetris. This is within a line. Absolutely neck and neck. Where's the long bar here? 17, 18, 19. Rahmations can't get the piece over, and Gerald's gonna take game number 2. A long drought does Rahmations in on level 31. At 1.18 million, not enough. Gerald's got the 1.2 and counting. We're tied at 1. Rahmations still needs one game to take the division. Gerald needs 2 more. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, Gerald is in a must-win situation. He wants to take the division. Now, keep in mind, worst case scenario for him is he's still in the playoffs, just has to play on Thursday. Hang Tetris for Gerald. Rahmations still waiting for this Tetris. Where's the long bar here? Where is the long bar? Finally, it's a long bar. Bang Tetris. There's another one. And both players. Tetris is in. Is on accident permanently in the lexicon now. Yeah, sure. 3 long bars in a row will show up, and Gerald will get Tetris ready and score a Tetris. Thanks, game. Why can't you do that for me? 1 point lead for Rahmations. Pushdown points matter. Bang Tetris for Rahmations. There's one for Gerald. Bang Tetris again. Now we're getting a good amount of long bars here. Good early scores, 139,000 points each. Bang Tetris. Rahmations playing with fire, but making it work. Oh, Rahmations is very high. Does have the right side open. And gets a long bar, makes it work. Bang Tetris. And another Tetris. Really looking for a S here. And S would clean that up very nicely. And does get it. 238 for Gerald, 216 for Rahmations. That's why I'm having trouble saying it, because for Rahmations, 4 ends in R. Rahmations begins with R. Slur it together. I understand now. Aware. Another Tetris for Rahmations. There's one for Gerald. Another Tetris for Gerald. Rahmations gets a long bar for the Tetris. And another Tetris has a double L set up. Honestly, all that means is I need to slow down. Talking too fast. Ah, it doesn't get the right LJ. Fills that in with the J instead, so... Rahmations thinking of playing... what's this, 5 rows up? Gets a long bar. Bang Tetris. 30 Tetris, too. Good God. And he just made it look that easy. Another Tetris for both players. 360 for Rahmations, 357 for Gerald. But Gerald has 8 lines to work with, and there's 4 of them in a Tetris. So, Tetris and a half pace lead for Gerald. And there's a Tetris and a half lead for Gerald on even lines. And bang Tetris Rahmations goes to 384 and another one to 407. Route forming. There's a long bar. Bang Tetris. Both players score. Gerald picks up another one. So 600,000 being threatened by both players this game. See if they can make it happen. Bang Tetris for Gerald. We've passed 100 lines at a 41,000 point lead for Gerald. Tetris for Rahmations. We'll cut into that a little bit, but Gerald is clean and ready to score. Needs a long bar. Rahmations with another Tetris. There it is. Bang Tetris for Gerald. Long bar dependency for Gerald, but gets the long bar. And another Tetris. Gerald goes to 542 with 110 lines. That is 650 pace right now. Couple of weird tucks. Can he get the double tuck here, or is he just going to burn? Oh, I guess not. Well, Gerald Kind of going to miss the chance at the 650. This could give Rahmations a chance to take the lead at transition. Depending on how long it takes Gerald to get out of this. One Tetris remaining for Rahmations. Oh, Gerald's going to build dirty. Going to get the Tetris to go to 599. And then just single into transition at 601. But it'll be 617 for Rahmations, who's got a very dirty board right now. That long bar only clears one line. But both players in a bit of a mess. But they're both working through it. So for now, Rahmations has a 16,000 point lead. Rahmations building, well, was building in column 3, but then got that Z. That Z kind of just messed with the stack. Needs a long bar just to get open, and is not getting it. So Rahmations in a bit of a jam here. Gerald's about to be clean. And Gerald is indeed clean, needs a long bar. But what's this I spy? Is it another drought? Indeed it is. There's the long bar finally. Bang Tetris for Gerald. There's the Tetris for Rahmations in column 3. Rahmations working on fixing the board. Has a lead right now, 703,000 to 661. Gerald opens up the right side. Bang Tetris. Rahmations also will score another Tetris for Gerald. Gerald only back by 37,000 points here in 24. Gerald set up for the long bar, but gets it too late. He covers the whale just as the long bar shows up. Rahmations getting very high here. And also covers the well just as the long bar shows up. Gerald does the same thing. No one can get a Tetris. Ooh, that's a bad misdrop for Gerald. He's going to need a long bar and does thankfully get it. Now looking for a way to burn this out. Rahmations going to be able to take a bigger lead with this. And Gerald is running out of time to get this down, but should be able to get it down well before. In fact, has the right side open up. Tetris ready. Both players looking for a long bar. Bang Tetris for Gerald. Bang Tetris for Rahmations. 71,000 point lead going into 27. Gerald not that far behind, all things considered. But this board for Rahmations all of a sudden looks very bad. Gonna get that column 2 open briefly, but he doesn't have a lot of time to bring this down. And look how big that stack is on the right. Gerald also getting pretty high here. Oh, Gerald doesn't get a piece over. And Gerald's gonna top out, and Rahmations doesn't need 29. Rahmations is good. We'll count them down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, so the Noah SV match determines seeding for Somalian, and then determines whether or not Noah or Eyeball get in. Eyeball is on the sidelines. He needs help. He can make it, but he can't do anything about it. Or Noah controls his fate. Tetris is to open things up. It's 2 pushdown points for Rahmations, 1 pushdown point for Gerald. The meta game of pushdown points. Now, language then, bro. Come on, man. Tetris for Gerald's got the lead. Take another Tetris there as Rahmations Not quite sure what... Oh, that's not good. That hang on the left, nothing's going to get over. You can get one more line, but... It'll take a miracle to get anything over that. Gerald will take game number 4. Didn't get a good one here. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I mean, I repeated what it said. I didn't swear. Bang Tetris Rahmations will get the scoring started. Double L for Gerald, waiting for the next long bar. There it is. Bang Tetris. Bang Tetris for Gerald. There's one for Rahmations. Gerald with another one. Like we're up to $244 on the Matcherino, by the way. Exclamation point Matcherino. Tell you how to get into the pool. If we get to 300, I heard Kingsman's making a $200 dono on Sunday. You want to hit the King's wallets. Lapis already hit the King's Elo earlier. Can make Kingsman have a really bad day by getting that number up to 300. Bang Tetris for Gerald has a 41,000 point lead here early on in 18. Rahmations setting up a spin. Gets it done. Sees a tuck and sets that up. That's some vision right there. Bang Tetris Rahmations has caught up to within 2,600 points. And with Gerald burning, well, Rahmations also having to burn because there's a bit of a drought going on. I feel like it's been a desert today. Maybe it's just because I'm seeing the counters and I don't ever see the counters when I cast. I feel like I've seen more red numbers in the box than I have white. See? Another one. Tetris for Rahmations take the lead. As Gerald suffering a little bit here. Is set up for Dirty Tetris though, and we'll get the Dirty Tetris on row 5. He shall keep scoring in column 10 there. Gerald had a misdrop on the J, but was very easily fixed. The help of a long bar. Possibly going for another Dirty Tetris here. Is set up. Oh, but that L doesn't get over, and Gerald just goes ahead and dunks it as we're in the midst of a long drought. 23 that time. Gerald should be able to clean this up. Needs a long bar on the right, though. That could be a little dangerous, but the long bar does show up. Is now Tetris ready for the dirty party down the middle. Gerald with a Tetris. What is Rahmations doing on that left side? Nice little spin there from the tee. Has that right side open, but it will not be for a Tetris, only a triple. I feel like a few people do that. Is the reason for that spin to make it less painful if you misdrop it somehow? That's the only reason I can think of to try something like that. Thanks, Tetris, for Gerald. Even T-Storm's doing it. Everyone's doing the JD spin except me, apparently. Oh, level 3, okay. PGT Storm. Try really hard and get really good, and eventually you'll be able to play level 4. Gerald getting up high and getting some nasty pieces here. Doesn't have a great parity either. Tetris for Rahmations. But Gerald cleans it almost right up. And there it is, looking good now. Bang Tetris for Rahmations. And there's a Tetris for Gerald. 61,000 point lead as Gerald hits transition at 418. And Bang Tetris Rahmations will hit it at 505. Bang Tetris for Gerald. Ooh, missing the T-spin there. Because he didn't do the JD spin, clearly. Long drought here, but uses the long bar flat. Get the burn. Oh, not great pieces here for Rahmations. He's getting really high, needs a long bar, gets it right away. But now it's just scrambling at the top of the board, waiting for the right piece to go left. Oh, that didn't get all the way over, and he's going to top out. 518, 585 is the score to beat. Probably by the time I have this typed out, now he's still got a few more pieces to do. Gonna take the triple, and that'll do it. Gerald, you are good. And Gerald gonna win the battle. Takes the set 3-2. There's your winner, Mr. Freeman. Fortunately, he lost the war, but still has, well, hold on. He won the battle, lost the bigger battle, but the war starts on Thursday. That's going to be the playoffs. The season 21 playoffs will kick off on Sunday. Oh, Championship Sunday. You're not going to want to miss that. Girl says, thanks for throwing. You should have done that earlier in the set, though. Fantastic. GG's. All right. Well, that was a fun match. I hope you all enjoyed that. I enjoyed that very much. Thanks to the players for making that happen, getting together and playing this evening. And it was my pleasure to be able to cast that. What else we got? Do we have anyone else we can raid here? Oh no, what do you think, King? Doodle's live, but he's playing SMB1. But they're doing a CTWC fundraiser stream. I think that might be worth going to say hi to. Yep, Doodle it is. I agree. We'll go over there and say hi. Just don't mention anything about deathmatch to him. I think he's a little sore about that. Till next time, guys. Thanks for watching. See you, bye.